Hey class, this is a first video lesson and I'm going to upload this to Google Classroom. This is 9.2 and the title of this is called Piecewise Functions. So I'm going to start off by saying that piecewise functions are just a combination of one or more functions. Okay, here's an example of a piecewise function and an example of making a table and verbally describing what's happening in the graph. Okay, so here we have a graph. The x-axis or independent variable is weight, and the dependent variable or y-axis is price per pound. So basically, the price of these mixed nuts depend on the weight, and if you see that for different weights, they have different prices. This is why piecewise functions are very helpful. So the question is, can I make a table from these values? All right, so the first way to kind of do this is define your two variables. And on one side, I have weight. On the other side, I have price per pound. So I'm going to call this, price of mixed nuts. That's my title. Okay, and so here I'm going to put weight on one side, and I'm going to put the units in for pounds. Okay, and then on the right hand side I'm going to put price, and it's per pound. And that's going to be so I'm going to put dollars, and that's per pound. All right, so I have my table labeled and set up. Now I'm just going to go ahead and write in the variables on both sides. So if you look at the first set of the piecewise function, you look, there's a line here, and that line goes from 0 weight all the way to 2 pounds. And if you notice, that circle is not filled in, so it does not include 2 pounds. This is really, really important. Okay, so when I fill in 0, I'm going to say to 1.99 pounds. Okay, it's pretty close, but it's not quite at 2. Okay, and the price from 0 to 1.99 is going to be $8 per pound. So I just put $8 per pound. Okay, so now I've got that complete. Now I'm looking at the next set of the piecewise function, the next part of the piecewise function. That lies between 2 and 4 domain, or x values or input values. Remember, we've called them all these things in class. So anyway, the input value or indirect variable or independent variable from 2 to 4, the price you see is 6 pounds. So I notice on one side of the piecewise function I have a circled in dot. On the other side I have a dot that's not circled in. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means it includes the 2 pounds. Okay, so I'm going to write that on this side. So it goes from 2 pounds to, I'm going to say, just to keep consistent, 3.99 pounds. Because it doesn't include 4, but it's, so I just put up to 4. And the price for those are $6 a pound. And lastly, I'm looking at the final, and look, there's a little bit of a gap here, so this is kind of strange. Really, for prices of nuts, usually it's real consistent here, but there is a little bit of a gap. So anyway, so I'm going to just write this table as I kind of see the graph. So I noticed the last part of the piecewise function, it begins at, looks like 5. From 5 pounds to I guess in any, weight after that, it's going to be about $5. So I'm going to write that just like, 5 or more is going to be $5 a pound. Okay, another way to kind of write this, you could possibly say from to 5 pounds, it's $6. That might be another way to write this, but I'm just going to write this as I see the graph. And the next part of the problem was to describe the graph. Verbally describing the graph, I just write in words basically what I wrote on the table. So basically what I'm going to say is just that the mixed nuts, they cost $8 a pound. And to say per pound, for less than 2 pounds, $6 for 2 to, I'm just gonna say 5 pounds. And finally, $5 for more than 5 or more pounds, sorry. Okay, my first video. I hope you like it.